It took me 6 years to get my first international teaching job and another 5.5 years to land a dream job in an international school with perks and benefits that I've always been dreaming about. You might be wondering, how does one stay committed to their lifelong goals if it looks like they are not reaching their dreams anytime soon? In this video, I'm going to talk about how to develop grit and resilience in international education. Let's get the ball rolling. Before I start talking about how to develop resilience and grit in international education, I think it is important to define the purpose. Why do you want to achieve that particular goal? I've realized that if you have a purpose which has a direct or a huge impact on other people, you are likely to stay committed to that goal or to that purpose in the long term. So just bear in mind, what is your why? Why do you want to achieve that particular goal? Think about that. Now, to develop resilience and grit, I think it is also important to know what resilience and grit is. Grit is the commitment to long-term goals, and resilience is the ability to come back when you have a setback. That is how basic I can define these terms. The first way to develop resilience and grit is to have clear goals. Your goal must be clear enough. My goal is to work in an international school. That was my goal over 13 years ago. And if you have a clear goal, it is important to break these goals, your goal, into smaller achievable goals or into smaller goals with smaller achievable objectives or steps. That will make things very easy for you. If not, you'll just be building a castle in the sky. So my dream, like I told you so many years ago, 13 years ago, is to work in an international school or to be an international teacher. So I had to read around to find out what it takes to be an international teacher. So I realized that you need some qualifications, you need some certifications, you need some professional development courses to prove that you are a skilled teacher. So I researched all these things and I tried to do them within this 13 years. So I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I'm closer to my goal than I was before 13 years ago. So it is important to have clear goals, break them down into smaller goals, and you can even break the smaller goals further down into small achievable steps. And I think that will help you to develop grit and resilience. The second point I would like to talk about is to develop a growth mindset. Growth mindset is the belief that abilities, capabilities, and talents, these things can be developed and that they are not limited to certain people. So once you believe that any skill or any talent can be developed, you'll be able to put in the effort to be able to achieve that particular goal. The first computer studies exam I wrote in high school, I failed in it. I got an F. But now I have a master's in education technology, which is related to, computer studies. I've always believed that whenever you are down, whenever you fail, it is just an opportunity for you to rise back, because I believe that to be able to jump higher, you need to squat lower. So whenever I have a setback, this is how I see it. It's an opportunity to come back. The same applies to any skill I want to achieve. If I want to be proficient in any particular EdTech tool, I know when I dedicate some time to it, I'll be able to learn and I'll be able to use it efficiently. The same applies to classroom management. If I want to manage my class in a way, I learn about certain ways to, certain techniques to apply in any classroom, behavior situation to be able to manage that situation effectively. So that is my belief that it is possible to learn anything, provided you dedicate some time and then effort into that. So it is very important to have a growth mindset in order to develop resilience and grit in international education. In fact, you can apply this to every sphere of life. Point number 3 is to build a support network. Surround yourself with people who will support your goals. There are some people who feel intimidated when they see any form of achievement in your life. You just have to ignore these people. Just surround yourself with people who will support you, who will, encourage you, who will push you to, to your limits. They can even push you to, limits that you don't even know you are capable of achieving. So just surround yourself with mentors, with colleagues, with friends who, be happy for your progress and not be intimidated by them. I have been lucky to have been surrounded over these years by, supportive colleagues, by friends, by some family members who are really excited about my progress. And I think it is very important to surround yourself with this kind of people. This year, I think February this year, we went for a vacation. My wife and some friends, we went on a vacation. And during that time, I was doing the Moreland Teach Now teacher preparation program that helped me to get my US teacher license. And during the vacation, my friends, my wife, they understood that I'm doing this thing. So I even told them I would have to get some time for myself to complete some assignments. They were very understanding and they gave me all the support that I needed. And I think to be able to develop, resilience and grit, you would have to surround yourself with very supportive people. I cannot overemphasize this enough. Point number 4 is to stay disciplined. I think this is very obvious. And it is important to understand that in whatever endeavor you set yourself to achieve, there comes sometimes that you don't feel like doing it. But staying disciplined means that you always have to remember the purpose for which you want to achieve that dream or goal. And then even if it is not comfortable to complete certain assignments, just be disciplined enough to complete them. It is very, very important in every endeavor, and it is very important in international education. If you keep applying for jobs and you are not getting responses, it is important to stay disciplined and then just find out what you need to do in addition to whatever you already have in order to increase your chances of landing that job. So discipline is key to success in any endeavor, and international education is not an exclusion. So discipline is very, very important. I don't know how to explain this again, but I'm very sure you understand that it is important to have an element or huge elements of discipline in every aspect of your life. Sometimes, completing assignments, you feel very lazy to do them, but you have deadlines you need to meet. So it's important you set aside some time, even if it's not comfortable, set aside some time, do some research, complete your work. And if you need some extra time, it is important to communicate with the people who are involved or who are in charge of, looking over your work. Seek for some extension and then complete the work. The important thing is to stay disciplined and then complete all the objectives that you set yourself to complete. Discipline is important. The last point in this video, definitely not the least, is to reflect and adjust. When I started this Moreland thing, I started with their Masters in Education Technology program. After I completed the Masters last year, that is February 2023, it was the convention to continue with the teacher preparation program. But my wife was carrying our baby back then, so I had to pause the program for some few months in order to save some money for the baby to arrive. So it is very important to always go back to your drawing board, and if you need to extend the time that you need to complete a certain goal, you extend it. It doesn't mean that you are boycotting your goal, because delay is not denial. You just have to readjust and then reflect every time, so that you stay on course. If not, you'll be very miserable, because life happens every day. And it is important to stay alive before you be able to complete any goal. So always revisit the drawing board, readjust, reflect. If you need more extension, you just give yourself that extension. Life is not a race. You are not in race with anyone. So you don't necessarily have to finish fast, but you always have to finish well. So if finishing well means that you have to extend the date, if you have to use 2 years to complete a 6-month program, if that means you'll be finishing very well and effectively and efficiently, you should just do it. Life is not a race. So always reflect and then adjust. That is important to develop grit and then resilience. If you found value in this video, I would appreciate you hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video like this, you'll be notified, you watch, and I'll be happy if you give me your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. How are you developing grit and resilience in whatever sphere of life you find yourself? Let me know in the comment section. And until then, I'll see you in my next video. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.